Hey everyone, today I'm going to walk you through running Trials of the Sekhemas, what to look out for, your relics, etc. I want to make these so much more enjoyable for you because they are so profitable. We can see a Test of Time Barya sells for 1 divine. So if you run through the first 3 floors and then leave, you can pull your Barya out of the relic altar and sell it for a divine. So if you can run through the first 3 floors in 20 minutes or 30 minutes, guaranteed 2 to 3 divines per hour. For me, I'm going to be defeating the boss while carrying people because people pay 1 divine for Ascendancy points. So I can defeat the boss 6-man scaled, so if I invite 5 people, that is 5 divines profit per run, with a chance to get a 120 divine incense relic. My relic combination, this is a little on the expensive side. I would only recommend it if you plan on running multiple of these. But I have 6 of these seal relics that have increased defenses and increased quantity of relics so that the boss can drop 2 unique relics. I have 102% increase. You could get this way higher. I'm not going for 3 relics per kill. I will settle for 2. So all of these are the same. And then I just have honor resist, and the merchant has 1 additional choice. And then on this one, I have more honor resist and increased maximum honor. Now what you could run are multiple of these tapestry relics. The merchant has an additional choice, plus honor resistance. Or you could just go honor resist and a maximum honor. Over here for the seal relics, increased defenses with honor resist. You want to get that close to 75% if you can. Increased defenses, fountains have a chance to grant sacred water. We want as many boons as possible. So these are the relics that I would recommend. Any combination you want, go for. And we'll quickly glance over the Boons and Afflictions to watch out for. We're gonna do a run. I will edit out most of the running, like we will get through all 4 floors in like 10 minutes. Real quick, the boons you want, don't expect to get any specific major boons during a run, but for the minor boons, monsters deal less damage, you have more defenses, you deal 50% more damage, and monsters have 30% less life. Those are so good, especially if you're carrying people at the end for their ascendancies. And then of course we have 50% reduced merchant prices if you can get that early. So good. And as for afflictions, there aren't really that many bad ones. So major afflictions, any one of these could be unbelievably bad. You typically don't need to worry about getting a major affliction. Anything that gives you a random minor affliction is really bad, because then you're just getting chanced. But if we go to the minor afflictions, 40% less damage, that's really bad. Monsters deal more damage. This could only be bad during the final boss if you're carrying people. You don't want people to die. Watch out for this one, and depending on your build, you have no evasion or you have 50% less energy shield. Those could be pretty bad, but everything else, these aren't too bad. The merchant only offers 1 choice. That's not bad if you get it on floor 4. If you get this on floor 1, I'd say just restart. So we'll go through a run, and we will cover the afflictions that I settle for, the boons that I get, and we're just gonna see how fast we can go. So what I can do, I can put a timer in the top right corner of the screen, and we can just see how long a run takes. So we'll start the trial. I'm using Twister. It is very fast. I just made a build guide, making a pretty comparable build to what I'm currently running for only 200 exalts. So you can do this with a virtually any class. So we're gonna go in, let's see what we have for the first trial. It's an hourglass. These are so good, they're so fast. Again, I'll show you what each room looks like, and then we'll do some serious editing. So 1 minute, 26 seconds. As soon as we get some rare enemies, the timer will decrease. I think it's like, what, 15 seconds? We're at 32, everything is just insta-dying. 14 seconds, 1 more rare. 1 more right there. And the first room is done. For pathing, you want to be mindful of nodes that lead to specifically one other node. So if I went down here, I'm forced to take this node. And if you get some really bad afflictions on these nodes, that could end the run. So I want to avoid probably this bottom side and probably this top side. I would prefer to go through the middle, I think. So let's see what we have. You're not always taken to the room you select. That's really bad, because if you get this and you get taken to a random room that has an affliction, this is super bad. We don't want this. Take damage on room completion. That's not bad. I don't need to worry about honor. Lose all sacred water on floor completion. That's bad. I want my water. I want to buy boons. So we're going to go right through the middle. We can see my honor, 9,900. We have a chalice trial. And we can just fly through this. And the trial is complete. Each room takes, like, between 10 seconds and maybe a minute if you get a gauntlet. We took that 155 physical damage, and you can see, because of my honor resist, I lost 19 honor. So now we can continue pathing. I want water. Again, so I can buy boons at the end. I have multiple paths I can take, so I think I'm just going to go down here. We can do an escape, and then we can do a ritual. Again, I'll showcase like what each room looks like. Escape's super easy, especially with this build. We just spin. Again, I have a complete build guide. Building this character on a budget for 200 exalts works with most ascendancies and works with most classes. And that's the room done. I don't need honor. Next, we're just going to continue stacking as much water as we can. Ritual trial. Go through this. I think we have 2 more. This one, and 1 more. And 1 more again. I missed one? Oh, we have a survivor. We have a merchant here. Monsters have 50% more life? I don't think so. I think I'm just going to keep stacking sacred water, and we'll get the guaranteed merchant at the end of the floor. Room complete, more water, into the next room. Okay, guaranteed afflictions, 30% more damage. You have no armor. For my build, absolutely perfect. Let's go. Monsters dealing a little bit more damage is fine too. I mean, look how easy this is. We have a survivor? Proximal tangibility, maybe? Yeah, I love that mod. And we have no armor. Again, for my build, that's going to be just fine. And on to the boss. We are drowning right now. 1,174 sacred water. Boss done. First floor done in 7 minutes. Not bad, especially because I'm, covering what I'm doing and I'm not just full sending it. 50% reduced merchant prices. This is the run. Thank you very much. Monsters have 30% less life. We'll get that early. The next minor boon is converted into a major one. I don't need movement speed with this build, so give me a major boon, and then let's just start getting more and more and more sacred water. We got the trial map is fully revealed. That's pretty good. I'm not going to use it though. I would be able to see up to here if the trial map wasn't fully revealed, so that is what I'm going to use. We have an escape, chalice. I don't plan on purchasing anything from the merchant because I just got the, 10% increased sacred water for every single room I complete, but I want this. I want more water. So I'm going to go here. So again, I'm not going to purchase anything. So now, let's see, I would be forced to take one of these. Monsters deal 30% more damage. That's not so bad. Monsters inflict binding chains. That's not bad. I think I'm going to take 30% more damage just because we have large sacred water into large sacred water. And we can see we get a guaranteed boon. Gain a random boon. Thank you very much. The next time you go below 20% maximum life, restore all life. Without the major boon, I'd be able to see up to here. So what do we have? Increased monster attack speed, that's not bad. Enfeeble, that's a little bit less damage. I deal 40% less damage. I think we'll give monsters a little bit more attack speed. Gauntlet, okay, we haven't seen one of these. So this is how I handle this map. Oh, there are traps there, I just run through them. Pull this lever. I just run over traps. We go down here. We run through the traps. Maybe take a hit, that's fine. Run up here. And I think that's the entire gauntlet. Yep. Yeah, this build is absolutely insane. Again, 25% more attack speed. That's not bad. Into a merchant. Double merchants. Thank you very much. Alright, 2,000 sacred water. I want everything. 50% more damage. 50% more sacred water. We'll take the movement speed. Why not? We'll just take everything. We can afford it. Thank you. Have a nice day. On to the boss. And the boss is gone. We'll take this. We'll take this. We'll take this. And then we'll just start stacking sacred water again. And we are almost 16 minutes in, and we're done with floor 2. 50% fewer choices, I don't like that. 25% less maximum honor, that's not bad. I want the extra merchant. This is going to be such a good run. Like, this is so much fun, just stacking all of these buffs. And the room is done. Let's see what the merchant has. I will take one of everything, please. Yeah, we'll just take everything. Why not? All right, have a nice day. We can see the boons are really starting to stack. And again, I'm not using the major boon to see everything. I'm not adjusting my path based on what I can see. I saw this, and I could see this technically. So this is why I chose this, but now I can see, 2 rooms ahead, and I want another merchant. So, yeah, we go down here. We'll take this. So now, again, I can see 2 rooms ahead of me, and this, if I go here, I will be forced to take this node. You can see 1 fewer room ahead. That's not bad. Give me the merchant. All right. Is there anything left that I can even purchase? 50% more defenses. A major boon? I don't mind if I do. 50% more defenses. The next key you pick up is duplicated. Why not? Look how many buffs we have. So we can go here. That's not bad. What is this? Lose 30 sacred water? That's not bad. We're forced to take this, so we'll do this room. We don't really need to restore honor. So now I can see up to here, we have another merchant. I think I'll lose the 30 sacred water. Oh, wait a minute. We can go up here, and then we can go down here. All right, just a couple rooms left. We'll take the merchant into sacred water, into the boss. Merchant? I'm surprised there's still boons that I can purchase. Monsters deal 20% less damage. These are temporary. And we're going to get another merchant in 2 rooms, so we won't be able to make the most out of that. So let's just continue. And we are on to the boss. And we're done. In 24 minutes, and again, that is with me explaining everything I'm doing, so you could go even faster. And this is a guaranteed divine, just selling the test of time Baryas. I'm going to continue, but if you can do 2, maybe even 3 of these per hour, guaranteed profit. Now, if you do sell your Baryas, make sure you use all of your keys, and do not enter the test of time. So what we could do is we can leave the trial, we can go to the relic altar, I can just pull this out, and now I can sell it. And you can see just how many boons we have. I should charge like 2 divines for this. But yeah, it's that easy. We are going to continue though, because I want to farm the boss and I want to carry 5 people, because that is a guaranteed 5 divines. From here, we can just put this back in, and we can continue from where we left off. Test of time, we can see this, and I'd be able to see this. You cannot restore honor, not an issue. Afflictions are unknown, no thank you. You are not always taken to the room you select. Absolutely not. Looks like we're going here. And you can see just how much honor we have, 17,000, so not being able to restore any, that is fine. And we even get a merchant. Is there anything left to purchase? So I'm just gonna do this. My build is fast enough, so I'm just gonna run through this. I don't need to use the traps to warp me back and just slow me down. I do have to use this one, because when I pull this lever, these gates are going to go up. And I just sit here for like 20 seconds. And we can just blast through everything and the room is done. What do we have? Sacred water is doubled. Why not? The next minor boon is converted into a major one. So let's see, we can see this, and we'd be able to see this without the major boon. So monsters remove 5%. That's not too bad, but we have no afflictions down here, so we'll just go down here. We don't really need to change the parameters of anything. I don't have any, like, really bad afflictions. So we can see this, and we'd be able to see this. We could even go up here if we wanted to. Increased damage taken while on low life. 50% reduced honor restored. 50% less sacred water found. Yeah, we'll just do chalice. Trial complete. I think we have, what, 2 more rooms? 852 sacred water for that. A guaranteed gold key into double gauntlets. Ugh, you hate to see it. And the room is done. We have 1 final room to do. Double gauntlets, doesn't matter which one I choose. So now, if your build doesn't have the DPS, you can just fight the boss, get your 2 relic drops, maybe one of them is worth 120 divines. But for me, what I'm gonna do is I'm not going to enter the boss room, I'm going to leave, and now I'm going to go into Trade Chat 1, and I'm going to sell an Ascendancy. This guy, 2 divines, that's insane. Wants to sell Ascendancy, 8 points, 1 divine, have 1k EHP, so effective HP or more, just so that no one dies. Enter. Enter, up arrow, 2. Enter. Enter, up arrow, enter. And that is how we sell things. So I am going to, hopefully, find 5 other people that I can carry, and then we'll take on the boss. So we're at 34 minutes. We'll see how long it takes me to find 5 other people. All right, so it took about 2.5 minutes. I did have to explain how things worked to a couple people, so it did take a little bit longer. And now we'll just wait for everyone to join. I'm gonna be a little sweaty and I want a little bit extra damage for the boss. So I'm going to... Oh, it looks like we just sold a Twister for 1,000 exalts. Big currency making video coming out on Friday, by the way. Stay tuned for that. I made 6 divines making the video, just showing you the money makers. It was crazy. Alright, this guy is holding us up. I think he is loading in. It says he's in the Trial of the Sekhemas. Hopefully no one dies. People can die outside of the boss, and this is not a one-shot build, so we'll see how it goes. And someone immediately entered the boss fight. I cannot believe that. No shot. My game, please. The boss is still taking damage. But GGG, why? Okay, we're killing the boss. We're killing it. And oh no, I can't collect the... Oh, come on. I think please live. Someone died. I can't see! Someone died, no! I have 14,600 honor. What a fight. Fighting for my life right now. Am I attacking? The boss is slowing me. I have reduced attack speed. I can tell. I think we're winning. I cannot believe this is happening. Oh my. Holy moly. What a fight. This guy died. I'm not expecting, you know, payment from him. Whoever this KLK, I wish I could see what he saw. That was unreal. Now, usually it is pay after. Rarely do I get scammed. I think twice people have left without paying, and I've done this a couple times. Usually people are pretty good about it, but wow. What a fight. Never before seen. 6-man scaled. Could not see the boss, could not move, could not dodge attacks. I was getting hit by everything. I lost a 2,000 honor. Unreal. Unreal boss fight. That was actually kind of fun. A little unfortunate the guy died because I lost 1 divine. But I mean, I couldn't see the boss fight. We're at 43 minutes. Could easily get this done in under 40 if I'm not, you know, explaining everything as I go. So 40 minutes for a guaranteed 4 to 5 divines, plus the boss can drop the Last Flame Incense Relic. That's 125 divines. So I'm just gonna give this guy the loot. The royal chests are rubies. The time lost chests are time lost gems. The mystery chests are just a little bit of everything. The arcanist, I think it is, that's currency, so you can get like divines out of those. And then like mage, that's like mage gear. We have body armor. You don't usually get too much loot out of here. I used all my keys. Oh, we have a couple more. Didn't even get a gold. So in 40 minutes, 4 divines, guaranteed, could have been 5, with a chance to get a 125 divine drop. And it's so easy. I couldn't see the boss. I was taking full damage. I was getting hit by everything, and we still got it. So it's just so much fun. Now, alternatively, what you could do is you could buy the Test of Time Baryas for 1 divine, so you don't have to go through the first like 20-25 minutes running through the first 3 floors. You could just buy one of these for a divine, run to the boss, kill it, while carrying 5 people. So 4 divines profit, with a chance to, of course, obtain that Last Flame Relic for 125 divines. I like running through the trials. I like getting all of these boons. Like, look at these Baryas. Look at the Afflictions. We have like 1.5 boons and 15,000 afflictions. I don't want to buy this. Or this one. 1 boon? Are we serious? How are these people running through these trials? I had like 20 boons during that run. And 3 major ones. But anyways, I like running through the trials just so I can get what I want and have the easiest time possible defeating the boss. Plus, again, I want the increased quantity of relics dropped. Mine is 102% base, so I want the double relics. That is the Trial of the Sekhemas, made easy. I think that is going to be just about it for today. So as always, everyone, take care.